Looking to transform your note-taking experience? Notion is one of the best note-taking apps because of its versatility, easy-to-use design, and customizations. In this video, we wanted to guide you through how to build 5 different note-taking method pages, how to duplicate them, as well as our best Notion tips for note-taking. If you find this useful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. The first note-taking method we wanted to show you is a Cornell Note method page. The first thing you'll want to do is title it with the topic of your note. So in this case, we can just put a note topic. We should go ahead and turn on small text full width by going to the top right-hand corner of your page and then toggling on small text full width. So this allows you to have more space on the page. The next thing we would recommend is to create a basic callout box so you can add the date of your note. So let's go ahead and put /callout. We can put date like this. And you can also tag it with today's date by simply typing @today, and it's going to stamp it by this date. The next thing we're going to do is to create 2 columns. So with a Cornell Note style, you want to have a left-hand column that's for your cues and a right-hand column for all of your notes. So we're going to go ahead and do 2 columns by typing /column. On this side, we're going to have our cues. So let's go ahead and type /heading 3 for cues, then /divider. And then on this side, let's go ahead and do /heading 3 for your notes and /divider. So now you have 2 columns and you can easily move the column width this way so that you have more space for your notes and less space on the cues side. So when you do start taking your notes, we would recommend you to just simply take notes on the right-hand side. You would just take notes here. For example, you can easily make bullet points by typing a dash like this. And when you're done, you would want to add a summary of each of your section of notes based on a cue. So you could write Q1 here, and then you could do the same when you're around here. And you could do Q2. And here the formatting is sort of up to you, but basically you just want to make sure you have easy to recall cues on the left side so that you can easily reference your notes on the right. And finally, when you're done with all of this, you'll want to do a summary box of your entire notes. We recommend that with a callout box, so /callout. Here would be your summary, and then you can type Shift Enter and then type your summary. So this would be a basic layout for a Cornell Note style page in Notion. The next one we wanted to show you is a review style note page. So if you're preparing for some kind of exam or even just to keep track of your learning for yourself, we would really recommend a review style note page. This is going to be called a review note page. And inside of a review note page, we're going to basically have main topics followed by questions with their answers. Let's go ahead and go to the top right-hand corner and do small text full width. And we're first going to add a heading. So we're going to type /heading 3, and this is going to be your main topic. Let's say 1. And underneath here, we're going to have the review sections. So this is going to be done by /toggle and toggle list. So let's say that we have a question here, question about main topic 1. And then underneath here, you can add your answer. This way you can see your notes in this easy to review format so that you can later quiz yourself. So once you have this one, we can simply duplicate it like this by clicking the 6 dots on the left-hand side or typing Command or Control D. So this is how you can add multiple of these, and then you can change the numbers here so that it reflects how many questions you have. So now we have our main topic 1. So if you want to duplicate this and create more topics, all you have to do is drag your cursor all the way down and then Control Command C. And then you can type Control Command V to paste it in. So now we have another set of these and they all have the same format. So you can do as many of these as you'd like so that you can build your review note page. The next one we wanted to show you is a basic lecture note. So if you're in a lecture or even if you're just studying on your own by watching other videos or seminars, you can easily make a lecture note. So let's go ahead and type lecture note here. So the first thing we'll do is to go ahead and go to the top right hand corner and do small text full width again, just so that we have a bit more space. And let's go ahead and type / callout. And here we can add our date. And you can even add other important information about this lecture in this callout box. But for now, we're going to type at today, so you can just track that it's today. And the first section is going to be your resources. So we're going to type / heading 3 resources, and then enter / divider. And in here, you can embed bookmarks, and this is a really great way to keep track of anything that someone talks about that you should reference later. So here we're going to do / bookmark, and you can duplicate these bookmarks like this, however many you need, by typing Ctrl or Command D. Then underneath resources, we're just going to do our / heading 3 and keep track of the summary and key points. And then / divider. And then inside here, you can have bullet points or any other kind of note style that you want. Ctrl Command D to duplicate your bullet points. Then under the summary and key points, you can add questions. So / heading 3 questions. And here you can do a similar style where you do a / divider. You can type / toggle, and then you can do question 1. And then inside here, you could put your answer here. So this is sort of a way to also have your question and answers as well as your summary and key points in one space. And you can just duplicate this so that you have more spaces for questions by doing Ctrl Command D. And then underneath questions, you can have a action plan. So let's go ahead and type / heading 3 action plan. And inside here, / divider, you can do a checkbox. So we're going to type / to-do list, and you can Command Control D to duplicate these. So this is a really great way to record your lectures, because first you have the section for resources, a place for your summary and key points, and then questions and answers so that you can review later, and then an action plan, like if you need to do any kind of homework or anything you need to review later. This can be a really great way to track that. Next, let's take a look at a slightly more unconventional note-taking style, which is the charting method. So we're going to go ahead and type charting method. And basically what this involves is categorizing your notes into different sections. And this kind of method makes the most sense when your topics all have similar properties. So what this means is, let's go ahead and type / table. So you can build a table. And the top part is going to be your topics. So all of the left-hand side column is going to be your topics. And then the right-hand side is going to have different categories. So you could have category 1, category 2, category 3. So now let's go ahead and also do the small text full width by going to the top right hand corner, so that we just have more space in case we want to write more. And we can go ahead and color the columns as well by clicking these 6 dots, color, and then you can do like a gray background this way. And then also the same with these columns if you want, so that you can add a gray background here. You can also bold these so that it's a little bit clear what you're trying to see here for your categories. So we'll just make a very simple example. So let's say that we had a note that we're trying to make about different countries. So if it was USA, the first category could be language. And then you would put, for example, English here. And then if this was Spain, you would put Spanish here. And then if you had sort of like cultural features, you can even write like lengthier notes here about each of the country's cultural features. And if you need more space, you can basically increase the size of your columns this way. So this is a really good way if you have just multiple topics that you're trying to just make sure to see them clearly. You might want to consider a charting method. The next note-taking method we're going to cover is the outline method. So this is a very simple note-taking method that's also really effective. So the first thing we'll do is type / heading 3, and this one is going to be your main topic. And underneath that, we can do slash divider. And inside there, we'll have several subtopics. So you're basically outlining your notes and making sure that they're in small chunks and organized. So we're going to type 1, and this is going to be subtopic 1. Then we'll have subtopic 2. So inside of each subtopic, you can then type tab and add supporting examples and further notes. And you can do the same inside here. So the same goes for subtopic 2. You can type tab and then add a supporting examples and further notes. And the same here. And once you have that done, what you can do is type enter and then slash callout box. And this can be your summary. And you can type your summary inside here. So every time you have a main topic, you can use subtopics and supporting examples. And then finally, you can take a chance to actually summarize your whole area of notes. And if you're happy with this system, you can go ahead and drag your cursor all the way across, Control or Command C, and then simply paste it under here. So you have another topic here. Next, we wanted to show you how you can duplicate these note pages and use them as templates. So the first easiest way to do this is if you already have, for example, this Cornell Note, you can go to your main page where you can store it and simply click the 6 dots on the side and click duplicate. So now you have another one. So that's one of the easiest ways to duplicate it and keep using them. A more streamlined approach to storing your note-taking templates is by creating a simple notes database. And we do have a tutorial on this, which we'll leave a link to in the description below. But basically, you can add your templates to this blue button over here and click plus new template. So as we showed you how to build, you can basically add, for example, in this new template, a Cornell Note template. And then inside here, you would paste in that template and make sure to do small text full width here so that everything is formatted correctly. So let's go ahead and actually paste in this Cornell Note template. All you would need to do is basically drag your cursor so that you can highlight everything on the page and then Control or Command C to copy it. Then go back to your database. And if we go to the blue button here, we already created this template so we can edit it. And then we can paste it in. So now we basically have a template in here and we can go back. So every time you add a new note, what's going to happen is you can open it up and choose the Cornell Note template. And this way it really makes everything much faster and you can just streamline your note-taking process by deciding which note-taking template you want to use. So for example, if you have another one, note-taking template 2, so now you would have basically 2 options when you create a new note and open it up. You have note-taking template 2 or Cornell Note template. Notion is packed with features that are great for notes. And next we wanted to show you a sample of our atomic habits so that we can show you how we would use Notion in different ways. So the first thing you can do with Notion is that you can highlight any text. And when you highlight it, it gives you all of these text options. So let's say that we wanted to really highlight a word in this notes section. It doesn't matter how successful or unsuccessful you are right now. So let's say that we wanted to highlight this. So you could either bold it, you could underline it, you could also put a yellow background to highlight the text like this. So these are several ways that you can use Notion's text formatting in order to make sure that you can see the relevant information inside of your notes. The other thing you can do is to comment on things. So let's say that this text is really important and you want to note about it. Then you can just highlight it and then go to the 3 dots here and comment. So you could add, be sure to read this over again. And then you can see that you can resolve it or add reactions or anything else. But basically, it just provides a way to review your notes later. So once you're done reviewing, you can just resolve it. The other tip we would have is that you can actually mention your other notes pages while you're note taking. So if you type at here, you can, for example, mention the Cornell Note we have here. And then when you click it, you would just go to that note page. So that's another really easy way to mention different notes and kind of link them together. The other tip we have is that you can add a table of contents. So in this case, we've put these as headings, but let's say that we put them back as text. So if we put these back as text, and if we change these into headings, so heading 3 and turn into heading 3, what you can actually do is type /table of contents like this. And now you can go easily to different parts of your notes, especially if you have a really long note page. This can be super useful. So anything in a heading text font is going to be added to your table of contents, but it just makes it way easier to navigate. The other thing we wanted to mention is that you can basically embed anything into Notion. So if you type /embed, you can see that there's so many things you can embed, from Google Drive, Tweets, GitHub, Google Maps, Figma, and all kinds of things that you might want to add to your notes page. So keep that in mind as you're taking notes, that you can actually just embed many web pages in here so that you can have them as references. Thank you so much for watching. If you're looking for a full note-taking bundle template, be sure to check out our note-taking bundle Notion template, including an AI version. Link is in the description. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let us know, and we hope to see you all in the next video.